Okay, it says we're live. Good morning, everybody. We'll see. We'll see. I'm always curious about if that's actually true. So take myself over to the business page and make sure I see my little screen. Oh, my goodness, I've never live streamed a group of people before. I've only just tortured myself with this. I'm going to torture all of you this morning with making you come live with me. There it is. I see it. I see it. Okay. Oh my goodness, I get a little excited about these things, you guys. I'm really, really happy to be here this morning. Hi, everybody. I am Laura DeFranco. I'm the owner of Brave Healer Productions. And today we are celebrating the launch of the Ultimate Guide to Self-Healing Volume 2, which already hit the #1 international, it's easy for me to say, international Amazon bestseller in the holistic medicine category last night. Thank you, Canada. Thank you, launch team, for that. And yes, first, I am gonna definitely say thank you to our launch team. Y'all are badass, you guys. You had this book a top 100 in several categories before our official launch today. You are amazing. A great, successful book does not do well without people who really care about the project and help us out. So thank you. I'm so grateful for your help. To all of the authors, many of which you see here with me today, and I'm going to introduce them to you in a moment. Thank you for saying yes, you guys, to this project. To the artist on our front cover, Mandy McMahon, OMG, that art, right, is gorgeous. And all of the book people I have in my world making these books shine. Christy Collins from Constellation Book Services. Thank you, my dear, so much for making these books amazing from the outside to the inside. I'm probably forgetting people, but I will make sure when they come into my mind, we'll say a thank you, because there are more than that helping us out. And my fellow authors here with me today, if I'm forgetting something or, whatever, please type it in the chat. Don't leave me hanging, guys and gals, okay? So let me tell you a story about this book, you guys, and actually the project as a whole. So I woke up on March 20th this year, about a week after Maryland made the announcement that we were locked down. And I had been in about a week of slight panic about what I was going to do personally, because my physical therapy business was shut down, and that had been kind of my bread and butter over the last few years as I've been transitioning to this book publishing and speaking and writing and coaching business. And I loved doing both things. And all of a sudden, the universe was like, girl, you've been thinking about this transition way too long. I'm going to shove you off the cliff now. And boom, nothing, right? So that happened to a lot of us. And we scrambled. And so March 20th, I woke up with an idea for this collaborative book project. It was like I was dreaming it, you guys, and I woke up sort of in the lingering dream of that. I had thought about it for a long time. I had been in 3 collaboration projects before that morning over time, over the past time. And so I walked into the kitchen and opened up my laptop and typed a little note in a Facebook group that I run for a class that I teach with my healer ladies. And I said, ladies, the world needs to understand how to heal at home right now. And who wants to write a chapter for this book, this ultimate guide to self-healing? Let's teach people, right? Let's empower them to do these things on their own at home. And in 48 hours, I had all 24 yeses. And 5 weeks later, you guys, that first book was born on Amazon. If you all know about the book world, you know that is a small miracle to make that happen, especially with 25 people and organizing that. So this whole project from the very beginning has had an energy way bigger than me. I am just running around following orders at this point. And it feels incredible. And the amazing men and women that I have attracted to this project are stellar human beings. And wait till you read their chapters. So I was very, very proud to be announcing today that our volume 2 is ready for you guys. And we have so many cool things to talk to you about. We've got launch bonuses today. Please run over to Amazon. There's going to be a link in the live stream where you can claim some bonuses. So before I introduce you to some of the authors this morning, let me tell you about that main bonus that you're going to get when you grab the book today. You'll get access to a private community, the Ultimate Guide to Self-Healing community on Facebook, where all of the authors have volunteered to do live trainings for you there. And you guys, this is thousands of dollars worth of training from expert author healers. And if you buy the ebook today for $199 for the special launch price, you are going to receive that, not to mention the community of people that you can ask questions, make friends, network, all the cool stuff, right? So I don't know about you guys, but I just think that is like the most badassiest bonus I could ever think of for a book launch, right? Plus, we're gonna have a really big party on Friday, a Zoom party, best hat contest. Thank you, Phil Tavalacci, for my super awesome hat. You guys can read that, right? All right, good. More fun. And honestly, you guys, we talk about authentic healing here. And the reason we talk about authentic healing is because the byproduct of authentic healing, at least in my world, has been joy. And when you understand that when you integrate mind, body, and soul in a way that the byproduct becomes not only pain-free living and better living, but joy and love and gratitude and more of the amazing things, then you start to really get the picture. And these amazing people are helping me with this mission today. So let me see if I can figure out how to change my little video here for a minute. There we go. And I will make us the Hollywood squares. Yay, okay. Okay, you guys, so look at all these faces here today. They're here to talk to you about their chapters. So Jeanette Stewart, would you be my first goddess to talk about this?
Oh, sure. I'll be your guinea pig.
Okay, good. So what I want you to do is just say who you are and tell us the number chapter and the title chapter, and then a little bit about what you wrote about in the book.
Sure, I'd be happy to. Good morning, everyone. My name's Jeanette Stewart, emissary of joy at Angel Angles and Wellbeing and Wonder. And my chapter is number 2. And I follow Laura. She handed the baton off to me. And I wrote about affirmations and stepping into your power using positivity. I had pancreatic cancer last year, and I used a lot of affirmations in my healing, along with some traditional Western medicine and different thought mastery. And I'm so happy to report all is well. And I just had a joy working with these group of beautiful friends and new acquaintances that are blessing the world.
Thank you, Jeanette. Jeanette sent me a little congratulations gift, and it's kind of funny because yesterday, all of last afternoon and evening in Maryland here, we had the biggest thunderstorm. And my daughter kept asking me yesterday, have you gotten the mail? Did you get the mail? You know, she's always very keen on the mail. I'm like, no, I haven't gotten the mail. And so neither of us got it because of the downpours and the thunder and all the stuff. And so this morning I walk out, and I don't know if you guys can see it. I put it back here on my book. And she sent me a little card and a little note that says congratulations, and there's a little special key there. I won't read everything, Jeanette, but thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That was such perfect timing this morning to open up my mailbox and be like, oh, Oh, yay, it's launch day. I love launch day, you guys. Launch
Yes.
day is amazing.
And special 7/7 launch day. That's
I
amazing.
know. I was going to wake you all up at 7:07 this morning, but I thought 8 was bad enough. So especially for you West Coasters, you get extra gold kudos, whatever that is, gold stars.
Yeah.
Kudos. Thank you for being here. Okay, so Miss Lilia Shoshana Ray, would you unmute and talk to us about who you are and what chapter you wrote and all that good stuff?
I would love to. So my name is Lilia Shoshana Ray, and I'm the author of The Art of Listening to Angels. So I help people connect to their angel team and allow the angels to help them do what they came here to do and be who they came here to be in this lifetime, bringing heaven on earth. So my chapter is called Basking in Angel Energy as a Healing Practice. And it's something that can be done even if you've never experienced angel energy, just using your imagination and just feeling that loving energy helping you do whatever you need to do or change whatever you need to change in your life just to feel their love and light supporting you. So I'm excited to be a part of this amazing, I'm calling it a movement, Laura.
I've been calling it a revolution for a while.
Okay.
So you're good. You're good. And you're just affirming all of that for me. So thank you. At least as long as it's not a bowel movement, then we're good to go, you guys. Okay. So movements are good, you know. Actually, bowel movements are good too. And
Yes, we all need
Richard's
them.
like, yes, Eastern philosophy of medicine will tell you that that is a very good thing. Keep the flow going. Okay, is it too early for bowel talk, you guys? I don't know. All right, you guys, I'm going to quickly read the dedication for this book to you. To the men and women who stepped up to help me heal the world. Thank you. The authors of these books are true healers. They understand the journey. They understand that empowering their clients to heal themselves is the biggest gift that they give. They walk the path with awareness, authenticity, courage, and an indomitable spirit. I am incredibly honored to be here among you all. I've pinched myself every day since this project began. And this time, when that boring voice said, "Who am I to do this?" I had a different answer than in the past. Laura DeFranco is my name, and brave healing is my game. I'm here to change the world with my words. This book is dedicated to every soul who helped me stand up and say that out loud with fire in my voice. I'm now helping others find their fire and sharing their powerful words and voices with the world. Thank you. The ripple is real, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Mr. Richard, would you like to unmute and talk to us about your chapter?
I'd be happy to, Laura. It's an exciting day, and I don't think any of us that are on, we're going to lay a bed today instead of joining you on this glorious and fun day. I think yesterday's storm cleared the air, and fortunately, it's not happening now because it would knock my power out again, and I would disappear.
I worried about that last night. I'm like, oh my God, please, tech gods, please. Yes, we're here.
So I'm Richard. My chapter is number 10, and it is Qigong is the way, a calming practice for health and long life. I've been practicing, studying, and now teaching Qigong for a whole number of years. I do it every single day for those reasons: to stay calm, to stay healthy, to boost my immune system, and to live as long and gloriously as I can in joy. My practice is a joy, and I'm glad you brought that out, Laura. That's an important aspect. So, and part of my chapter is a bonus where you have a link in the chapter that gets to a demonstration on my webpage. It's a demonstration of the practice that I walk you through in the chapter. So it was a lot of fun to write it, and it's inspiring a whole book on this different practices of Qigong medicine.
Well, you know, that was my ulterior motive for all of you, right? Get you all writing your whole book. And by the way, everybody, all the people who are listening today, each author has included a resource link where you can get these amazing types of things from them. I know you're going to love their chapter, but what you're going to want to do is take that next step into their world and see what they're offering, videos and audios and charts and inspiration and more resources and next steps. So thank you all for doing that. And of course, coming into the bonus group, you guys, is a launch bonus. And these 25 authors are joining the first volume 25 authors. So now we've got 50 badasses in that group doing live training for you guys, answering questions about their chapters, making sure that you're walking that path, but not alone. You know, we all do the work, but we do not have to do it alone. Look at all this amazing guidance. Okay, take advantage of that and come on in. Grab the book today. The link that I keep telling myself I need to remember to put into the live, which I'll do in a minute, is going to let you purchase, but there's also going to be something there for you guys to claim that private access, okay, to that group. So thanks, Richard, for reminding me about that. Douglas Ruark, would you unmute and talk to us about your chapter, please?
Of course. Good morning. It's a little after 5 a.m. here in San Francisco.
Oh, holy moly. Okay.
My chapter is number 12, and it's on the imagination and taking the first steps to your best self. I learned about this, about the imagination and how important it is. And we're all sitting here because of our imagination and what's possible. And I learned about it a few years ago when I climbed Mount Everest, and how powerful it is when we, like I say, we allow our imagination to run wild and free and can see ourselves differently in life, can see life, everything around us differently. So it's the beginning of everything. And it's a powerful tool for healing. It's a powerful tool for moving forward. And I'm happy to be part of this and with all of these wonderful people here.
You know, in the first project and then again in this one, you guys, there have been themes that have run through the chapters, and imagination was an interesting one. I read it in 2 or 3 different chapters. And of course, you're going to see awareness as a foundational theme through all of the chapters. Intuition, connection to your intuition, another foundational theme that you'll see that a lot of us are talking and teaching about. Breath, the breath. Sounds kind of funny to say breathing is important, right? I mean, breathing is life. And so you're going to hear a lot of us talk about taking that deep breath. You're going to be breathing through this book, hopefully every single chapter, several breaths, right? And I love that we're all talking about the same thing, but in a unique way for you, so that if you need to hear the words in a particular way, that we've got you. And that was part of the mission of bringing so many people together to talk about what healing means and give you opportunities and all of these amazing, powerful, effective tools, because one thing doesn't work for everybody. And part of the mission of the book is to give you some hope. If one thing doesn't work, guess what? We have 24 more. And guess what? We have another book full of 25 more. And guess what? Volume 3 will launch in October. Yeah, but that's the reason because if you've been one of the people to have gone to 10 doctors and you're back home with only a tiny bit of relief or temporary relief, and you're sitting there thinking, crap, I got nothing left. Like I don't know what to do, right? And so we are all here to tell you that there are more possibilities. There are more things to be looking at. There are more things to explore. And there are a heck of a lot of people who care about that for you. I'm so honored to be among a small percentage of people who chose healing as their path in life, to walk this walk for you, trailblaze it, make all the mistakes, do a lot of crazy healing, dabble with modalities so that they could talk about it, teach it to you guys, right? Yes, so I love you guys. I see the head nods, you guys. I like it. So I'm gonna go up to Neelam. Neelam, will you unmute and talk to us about your chapter?
Yes, I love to. Hi, everyone. So my chapter is number 7 in the book, and I write about deep relaxation using the conscious breath. The reason I was so passionate about writing about this is about 10 years ago, I dabbled into practicing living in the present moment, which was a part-time thing. I would read about it, try it out, see some difference. But in 2014, which was almost 9 years after I was diagnosed with Lyme, I found myself in a health condition where I had no reason to be in that condition, but I was. And mostly the journey that I talk about in the tool I have here is to remind us, and especially myself, because this tool, the conscious breath, has allowed me to come out of my mind, the chatty brain, into the physical body. And the reason that is important is because when I became a holistic health coach, I realized the combination of, I would say, yogic sciences and Western medicine, and how like a constant stressful mind can affect our body, because as you're constantly stressed, the mind is not just in the brain, but every cell in the body is feeling your constant chatter, which is leading to a lot of chemical changes in the body, which are then leading to health conditions in the body. So I was able to use this breath as a tool to come into this moment, which I was trying to practice, but unable to stay there all the time. So whenever I find with my clients, when I'm working and myself, I've noticed that we have the ability, if we are conscious about it, to break the cycle of the fight and flight mode. So that was the really key point. Like if it's difficult, especially in these days when we're always concerned about the uncertainty, but to be able to work on the circle of influence, which is the things that we can control, which is whether it's our food or the choices we make. So the breath here allows you to live a conscious lifestyle. So make choices which are conscious, whether they're the food that you take or the walk you would need to take or the way you need to respond to life, or it gives you the ability to just be here fully and use the current awareness, which has been the experience with my clients and myself, that we work more consciously versus use the past experience as a way to react to the situation. So that is what I talk about, and I take you through a tool. Yeah.
So Neelam, and this is why I said, don't let me forget people. Thank you, Jeanette. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so the magic that Douglas just talked about, I have started saying yes to life ever since I've seen that how powerful this moment is. Even though it was terrifying to write a chapter, I'm not a writer, until I wrote and co-authored with these amazing people who have got books behind themselves besides this collaboration.
Well, you realize you can't say that anymore, right? So
I just realized that's why I was trying to.
So everybody here, you guys, I am an author, I am a writer, and you cannot go back Like if if I hear you saying something like that moving forward, I'll be like, thank you, Neelam.
Thank you.
Christy, I want to grab you before you have to go. I know you can't stay for the whole thing, so please tell us about your chapter.
Yeah, and thanks, Laura. I just want to make this comment that, like, I met a few of the authors on our joint interview, but to see so many more faces, I mean, this is the whole power of our culture right now in Zoom, is that we are connecting, like, and I get to see like everyone live that has contributed and that is in this book with me, which is my first time too, being an author. So I'm really excited, and just yeah, this whole week has just been awesome. I was posting at 7:07 about this.
Perfect.
And another interesting number is my number is chapter 20, this is the year 2020. So I found that kind of interesting. It's on self-care. That's my topic. And similar to what you just said, in some other things that you talked about, self-care is custom. It's not the same for everyone. So I take people through the steps to create a self-care plan for yourself. And when I talk self-care, it's not just exercise and diet. It's really, how do you also access the deeper healing that needs to happen within. So I talk about that in my chapter as well, because I'm a big advocate of wellness, and I call myself the queen of self-care, because self-care has really helped me through some challenging times. We're all in challenging times this year especially, but we can all use self-care to really help. And every chapter offers a self-care tool. So my chapter is to help readers get a plan for themselves together, so that they know what is calling for them, what their soul is calling for.
Awesome, Christy. Thank you so much. Yeah, self-care is one of those other themes, right? And we're taking that kind of to a whole other level, aren't we? So yeah, I'm hoping that self-care will be like a keyword, of course, that people will type into Amazon, right? And our book is going to pop up like times 1,000, because one of the ideas that people are getting on board with is that self-care is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. If you want to serve from an overflow, if you don't want to burn out, you better get really interested and become a master at the self-care. And we are all doing that. We've had chances to do that right now in the last couple of months more than ever. Some of us have done it, better than others. But I think the awareness about it is what I'm so excited about and in love with, is that the awareness is changing, and people are thinking about it differently. So it's so timely. Okay, Miss Rhonda, there you are. Now I see your beautiful face. Talk to us about your chapter. I know I'm keeping some of you a while this morning, and I know that you all have your work and lives to go to. So if you can't stay on the whole time, please, no worries. I'll try to get around to all of you though. Rhonda, tell us about yours.
Good morning, guys. First of all, Laura, I want to say thank you. Woo, I'm going to get emotional. Thank you so much for your friendship, and for the nudge that you gave me was so gentle and so perfectly timed to finally like push me over the edge to start sharing my writing. I've written for gentle? So long. Yes, you were. You were just the right amount of gentle. So thank you so much. I'm honored to have you in my tribe. I'm chapter 18, and my chapter is on relationship detox. And it's really about choosing the people that you allow to be close to you, the people that and I use this analogy, my life is my show. I'm the runner of my show, and I get to choose who I sell my tickets to. And those tickets have levels, whether VIP or general admission, and I have total control of who I allow into my show. And you do as well. So my tool is to help you put a really subjective way of looking at it versus objective. So it's really difficult to evaluate relationships because they're constantly flowing and changing. And it's really difficult to pin that down and say, this is a really good influence on my life, or this is a kind of a negative influence on my life. So being able to like kind of take that down a notch and figure out like who you really want to have in your tribe, and how close to you they are allowed to be. You know, through some traumatic events of my own, I had to make some decisions on who was in my life and who was out, and who got to stay close. And that first nudge to separate myself from my birth family, from my parents, was eye-opening, that I have total control over that, and you do too.
Thank you.
And
for
I'm honored to have added another 24 people to my tribe.
that. Thank you. I think that's a really interesting topic, and I loved reading about it, not only because I could resonate completely, but also just again, I'm going to say the word awareness a lot today, you guys, because awareness is everything. If you take up the practice of body, mind, spirit, soul, and awareness, you will change your game of life. And the awareness to understand that you have the power to choose, right? With awareness, you get a choice. You don't have to live by duty or obligation, especially when it doesn't feel good to you. And you get to decide. So such an important topic with relationships. Thank you, Miss Rhonda.
Thanks, guys.
So Pam, would you be next?
Gladly. So I'm Pam Bolkin, and I am chapter 14, and my chapter is called Stress Relief, Using Energy Healing for Optimal Health. I almost got that wrong. So my story is about my journey through multiple myeloma, which does not typically have a good outcome. But I had friends who were doing energy healing on me, who were sending me energy healing, and I was doing it myself. And so I'm putting a lot, even though I did do the Western traditional treatments, I guess, I still had a way better outcome than the majority of people do. So I am just kind of going through that story and how I was shifting that energy within me, still having the positive attitude, and then I share a few energy healing techniques at the end, and then I also am sharing videos on my website too.
Thank you, Pam. You guys are going to realize the power of the stories that are told in this book, and if you've been hanging out with me long enough, you know that I know that stories heal. They heal the teller and they heal the receiver. It's two very powerful things. And some of the stories you're going to read in this book, the story will be the piece you needed to hear even over the tool. The story, the words that the authors are using to describe what they went through, and their aha moments and their struggles and their pain, and then how they overcame, and the awareness, there it is again, that they had to practice to move through whatever it was. That alone could be a little moment for you as you're sitting with the book and reading, and all of a sudden realizing that that's you, that head nod, that me too, all of that, you guys. And so I think that's one of the things that makes this particular series of books the most powerful, is that the stories heal, and then the person who told you that story is then offering one of the things that helped them get there and teaching it to you in the book. The goal was for the reader to get to the end of the chapter, each one of those chapters, and actually have an experience with the tool. And y'all stepped up, and let me just say, congratulations and thank you for stepping up to take that challenge on. That is not an easy thing to do. because we could be here live, or we could be in front of our people or in front of our clients, and we can teach all day long. It's what we do, right? But then to take on the challenge of writing it in words in a way that a reader could understand it and follow through with it and actually get a result with it. Holy moly, you guys, you seriously need to be proud of that, right? And so, of course, when I woke up with that idea and I thought, oh my gosh, how are we going to get these people in all of their homes all by themselves? They can't go out to their healers right now. How can we help them in a way that actually matters, that isn't just, oh, I know a way to heal and it's so cool, but you need to come see me to get it. No. Like, we need to be master teachers and communicators at this point, enough to step up and give these gifts to people. And believe me, you're not going to go broke by doing that, which is a very old way to think about this. This is going to be the way that we help people moving forward. And I, again, super grateful that you all said yes to that and were willing to create the community, right? Super powerful. OMG. Do I sound too excited? I'm excited. Like, this is really a paradigm shift. It's all those words, right? It's a huge deal. And so, you know, if you're wondering, if you're sitting there thinking, wow, this feels like such a big deal, but I don't know, you know, and the little voice comes in and you kind of second guess it, but I'm sort of here to tell you that, yeah, it's a big deal. So, okay, let me move up to Dr. Kimberg Ryder. Would you unmute and tell us about your chapter?
I will. I thank you for having me today. And it's been so much fun sitting here listening to the other chapters.
Thank you for being patient.
I will sit here and listen to the rest of them too. Too much fun. Because we all work in our own realms, but we don't always get out as much as we should to experience other people that are doing the same things that we're doing. And, you know, you always learn something different from different people. So I love how you did a collaboration for the reader, because reading different angles is super important when you're putting together, patchworking your own programs together to fit yourself, which one of the other authors said before, that it's so individualized. And you hear something loud and clear from one person, and you'll hear it in a different way from another, and then it'll bring it all together for you. So this is a great forum. Anyhow, my chapter is chapter 9, and it's called Flat Abs, which sounds so superficial compared to all these beautiful basking in the angels, all these wonderful topics. But
listen, that's just good marketing, girl. Okay, that's all that
but
is.
everybody's going to read my chapter.
Yes.
Because we all want flat abs for some reason. I'm not really sure how that got marketed into our society, but we just love it. And the truth is, as a physical therapist, and Laura, you're a physical therapist too, so you get this, is flat abs are important. And it's not because of the way they look, it's because of how they protect the spine so that you don't have back pain, and your pelvic floor is strong, and the little multifidi that run up and down the spine that stabilize that column of bones that are just sitting on top of each other.
I'm going to give you a bad time. Hashtag anatomy geek. I am one. Anyone else? Okay, all good.
I am a total anatomy geek.
Yes.
I am such an anatomy geek. I even teach anatomy and physiology at a college, and my students are always like, why are you so excited about anatomy, about this muscle? And I'm like, look at how it behaves with the other ones. Can you believe it? Well, it's phenomenal how the human body works. And when you really learn it down to the details, it blows your mind. You're like, I cannot conceive that this is actually working in all of us. Like, it's your arm moves. It's a small miracle how it moves. Anyhow, I'm geeking out. How it all ties together, because I love weaving together holistic medicine with Western medicine. I have 4 degrees in healthcare, so I'm hard science. There's no doubt about it. but I also taught 12,000 yoga classes before I even went to college. So I'm heavy in the holistic side of things too. All my friends are in this area. All of you are in this area. So they can come together, and they do come together. And so for my chapter, I used a breathing technique, as everyone else talked about breathing. You can actually get your abs stronger with this particular breathing technique than you can with sit-ups or any of the old, military style ab work that we used to do, because there's things that are more important than your abs, believe it or not. Not much, but there's a couple of things that are more important. And that is, exactly what all these authors were just saying. And that is bringing the mind, the body, and the breath have to come into unison for us to be in the present moment. And they're all there. The mind is within the body. We do know that, the brain. And the spirit, I'm going to take that back. The mind likes to float around. And so we've got to tether it into the body. That's where it belongs. And that puts you in the present moment. And then the spirit self is, a lot of times it's buried, and we're not even paying attention to it. So we have to bring it up to the surface. And to do that, breathing techniques are really great at doing that. And I just love it when you get your abs flat all at the same time.
Thank you. Flat abs is a whole nother world, you guys. Get ready for going a little deeper than just the abs themselves. Okay, so you guys are hanging in there. Diana, would you like to unmute and tell us a little bit about your chapter?
I will, happy to. I want to say first thank you to you, especially Laura, for you've taught me so much already in such a very short time, and you really have been encouraging and inspirational. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I also want to thank all the other authors, because their stuff is amazing, absolutely amazing. And it really makes coming together like this really makes this book what it is. So yeah, it's a don't miss kind of book. My chapter is 22, and it's about expressing your truth through your voice. So many times we can take an emotional hit that results in us not being able to voice what we need and what we want, what we desire, our boundaries, all those things. We're stifled. And this is a very practical way to take a look at how you can connect with your inner goddess to understand what you know about yourself already, what your values will tell you about yourself, and what's your inner goddess, connecting with your inner goddess and asking, what is it that you need? What do you need to know? Because once you do know and understand yourself, I usually coin it, know yourself to be yourself. Then you can voice it. Then you can set that boundary and you can maintain it. You can, you can say what you want and what you need. You can ask for what you want and what you need. So I think it's the first step to really being able to get past that fear of being able to speak when you really don't know what to say. This gives you your own little inside version, your own platform inside that you can speak from. So that's my chapter. And I want to say too that and again back to the other authors, on my resource page that you'll see in my chapter, there's a podcast, I do a podcast, and several of the authors have agreed to come on the podcast and talk about their own healing journey and how they began to use their voices. So I just want to put a little plug in there for anybody who wants to hear more from the other authors, that come on over to that podcast, and that's where we'll be jamming a bit.
Awesome. Thank you for doing that. That's very generous. And it's honestly about time that the world's healers get a bigger voice, right? I love your topic. So thank you for writing about that. And it is pretty freaking amazing, you guys, that the healing that comes from full on expression, full on unapologetic expression of who you are and who you were meant to be in the world, and how that the byproduct of doing that can be healing in whatever form that takes for you. You heard me mention joy as my byproduct, right? So super important to understand that healing is physical and mental and emotional and spiritual. And it's all of it integrated. Authentic healing incorporates all of the pieces. Really, really important that your healers understand that, practice it, and help you understand it in a way that you get it, right? And it's what every one of you has done in your chapters. Stacy, thank you for waiting. Tell us about your chapter, my dear. Unmute first. Can you get it?
Yeah, I clicked off and so the camera went off. But anyways, no, this has just been incredible just to listen to everyone. So thank you, Laura. Thank you for your vision. Healing is very, very much needed with everything that's going on in our world today. So thank you for your vision. I really appreciate being a part of this with everyone. So my chapter is 13. And it's on foam rolling, the power to move with strength, courage, and confidence. And we've all heard about the words awareness and healing and energy. And I am a firm believer that intentional movement is so important for that connection to be aware and to be connected to a process. And so many of us are caught up in doing. We're human doings. And I believe that healing is all about being. And I know some people have already talked about, being present, and there is a deeper connection, a truth, an energy that each one of us holds inside. And so foam rolling is an actual tangible tool that allows people to experience that physically, so that then you can move that connection into emotionally, spiritually, nutritionally, mentally. There's that deep, deep connection to this energy within. And there's a critical point between doing and being. And when you meet yourself at that point, that's where healing begins. There's a connection point inside. And so that's what foam rolling does. It's been, well, first of all, it's a very, very inexpensive investment to have in your home, and with an incredibly powerful return that you can, I mean, I have so many of them in my house right now, but it's just an exceptional experience. And I think that's what people need to understand, is that healing isn't scary. Healing is something that is, it's powerful, and it doesn't have to be such a, I don't know what the right word is. I'm lost words to Laura, but people think healing just comes if you have something wrong. And we heal even through joy. We heal even through the good things. And so if we can teach through this book and these tools that healing is a process, and it's never ending. It's never ending because the world is always changing. So I think that that's one of the things that if we can put being back at the center of all doing, that core strength, then we're on a mission here, and it's really, really powerful to bring human beings back instead of human.
Yeah, really nice. We're all getting a gift of time in the last several months to practice exactly what you're talking about. I think that's been such a gift for me. Even though you guys see me doing a lot all the time, I know. But what I've been doing has been more aligned than anything else in my whole life. And that's been a part of it for me, is that feeling of alignment, right? You get that from being before doing. So Susan Purvis is, she's not going to come on camera, but she's going to talk to us. You guys, tell us about your chapter.
Hello, everybody.
Good morning.
Thank you. I think this is really important for what we've created together. Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome.
I consider myself a medical intuitive, and I'm glad to meet my tribe, and hopefully more will join the tribe. I wanted to share a chapter about wilderness medicine. I'm a wilderness medicine specialist, and I teach medicine. I teach people how their body works. And one of the most important things I learned in my 20-year journey is, what's inside your, what are your guts? What's inside your abdomen and how do they work? And most people are really overwhelmed with the body and how it works. And if I can learn this, anybody can learn this. After all, I used to look at rocks for a living. I wanted to share with how to determine if abdominal pain is serious or not. When do you need to go seek help? And really some, an awareness about what's inside of our guts. What do we put in our guts? And are we taking care of ourselves? So I wanted people to walk away with this chapter understanding when they need to seek medical care for a problem inside their abdomen.
Thank you, Susan. So you guys are also understand that many of the chapter authors are also solo authors. And as you can see, Susan's book, Go Find, is out there. You can read about her journey. It's super awesome, inspiring. And many of our authors have their own books. And so, in fact, I just wrote a blog. I listed 14 of them for you there. So go find that on my personal page, because if you need some powerful summer reading, we totally got you, you guys. Hey, Miss Laura Natmazada, thank you for watching live on Facebook. Love you, girl, author of one of the chapters of Volume 1 on tapping, a very profound healing technique that I've used throughout my career that I am in total love with. And so quickly, you guys, some of the authors who were not here this morning to talk to you about what they wrote, I'm going to tell you a little bit about chapter 3, How to Trust Your Gut by Dr. Lorraine Olivero Brodeur. And we've got a decluttering chapter. Who here understands the magical powers of decluttering, right? All of you guys, I know. So if you don't understand the magical powers yet, you must read this chapter by my friend Kinnicky Jakarta, the first African-American poet laureate of Alexandria, Virginia. She and I met at an open mic night a couple of years back, and she is a powerful woman talking about how to clear your mental and physical spaces, right, for the magical juju. She doesn't use those words, but I do. Holly Alexander wrote a chapter on money healing. Go figure, you guys. I love this chapter, and we all need it, don't we? So talking about affirmations, which is something that Jeanette's whole chapter is about, and how to get in a mindset and a practice, a lifestyle, so that your money follows suit with your health, right? Love that chapter. Thank you, Holly, for writing that. And let's see. Let me go down here. Spiritual Grounding from Dawn Horizons. That girl has a story, y'all, and you need to read her story. It's incredible. And I hope that you'll understand that no matter what you've been through in your life, no matter how traumatic, you can move through it and live a beautiful, radiant life. Her subtitle is Moving from Ruin to Radiance. Thank you, Dawn Horizons, for writing that chapter. And looks like Miss Liz Goal Lerner just joined us, so I'll let her introduce her chapter in just a moment.
Okay.
Let me make sure I haven't. Here we go. Mindset Mastery, chapter 15. Oh, we got a couple more authors joining in now. Cool. I will let them do it. Chapter 15, Mindset Mastery by Kim B. Miller, another amazing poet, the goddess of haiku, you guys. If you have not seen this woman perform or any of her videos in terms of her performance, you have to do yourself a favor. She is sharp, that girl, and funny and you're gonna love her stuff. And I made her write haiku in our chapter. I'm like, you cannot write, you need more haiku. I need more haiku. I needed more haiku. But she's talking about identifying accomplishments in terms of self-care, like really recognizing what you've done in your life versus always harping on the stuff you haven't done yet. I love that mindset. And let's see. So next down on my list to include was Miss Liz Goal Learner. So I'm going to let her talk to you about your chapter. So tell us about your chapter, Liz. And yeah.
So it's a good thing I popped on when I did.
Perfect timing. Right? Yes, of course.
Visioning is the name of my chapter. Put yourself in the driver's seat of your life. And it's really about how to have a vision that really leads you into thought and behavior that gets you what you want and living the life that you want to live, so that we don't do the old patterns. We figure out our new patterns. And there's a whole fabulous protector archetype that I talk about that can help everybody do that really well.
Awesome. Thank you, Liz. Thanks for being here this morning.
Welcome. I'm going to have to pop off and get into my workday, but I wanted to say hi.
Yay. I'm glad you came on, and Miss Sarah came on right with you. So I'm going to let her talk about her chapter. Thanks for being here, Sarah. All the way from Hawaii. So what time is it there now?
It's just about 3 a.m.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You for sure win the prize. I'm sending you the prize. Thank you for being here.
I thought I was hearing everyone, and you guys inspired me to turn on and get into Zoom. So I was like, all right, here we go. So basically, my chapter is chapter 23, which is about living aloha, a way of accessing nature. And basically, being aloha and sort of coming into finding a way of being. And a lot of times, everyone else has been talking about awareness, and observation is a lot of what I've found has been really helpful. Some of that beginning stages to bring up awareness. And really, you get to sort of choose what you want in your life. You get to sort of choose the people that are in your life. I know that was a part of my journey too. I heard someone else talk about that. And the really piece that I found was when I really could find something that resonated with me. So that's why it's so great that we have so many different authors, so many different chapters, so many different things that we can go out there, because it's really what resonates with us. When you really look at even the principles of aloha and living in aloha, what does that mean? There is so many other things and other, like, I find it's about the ancient sort of ways, these old ways that a lot of different cultures had, that if whatever resonates with you with that can really bring out that piece of how you're connected, how that you can really live in a way that has purpose, power, and all of those strength inside of you. And I mean, when I found like a community, a tribe, people are talking about having a community, that's what really resonated with me. A piece that I find that aloha's brought to my life is that there's no impossibilities. And I really want to let the reader know, like, there are no impossibilities. That if you realize that you have all the resources around you, that you just need to stop, take a breath, look around and see what's there. There is things that are around there that are going to help you. There are things that are there that are going to be able to reach you. And so if you take that, and that's what I talk about in my chapters, about looking out in nature and realizing that, hey, if you start swaying with a tree or looking at what's out there, that you can start to find those resources out there that can help you and that can work with you and that can really get you to really understand what you have to offer. I find that with this, it's just something that's been really powerful in my life. And I look forward to, knowing more of the authors and getting to know more of all the people that are out there that we've been sharing with. So it's great to be with you guys this morning.
Thank you for being here. So y'all, just to continue giving you a little bit of an idea, just want to make sure I don't forget anybody. We've got chapter 19 by Andrea Warren on aromatherapy, and she's using essential oils to help you release limiting beliefs. The science of that is fascinating, the brain science of there's a better word for smell, but you guys get it. Yes, so read her chapter, use your oils, you guys. I have some diffusing right now. I've kind of fallen in love with essential oils for different things, especially that 2-3 p.m. little bit of a crash time. You're feeling just kind of like, you know, you're dipping a little bit. She gave me a pick-me-up combo that I love diffusing. And we have a chapter 21 by a couple, John and Susan Cross, Finding Your Zen. I think I might have typed my chapter title wrong. Oh, I think we titled it Finding Your Zen, but they are experts in natural restoration and have restored a piece of property in Ohio that I won't ruin it for you because that story is absolutely fascinating. And last but not least, chapter 24, Visualization by Laura Fury, and training your brain and your pain. So having an understanding that when you discipline the mind, the body will follow. That's actually a quote from my Taekwondo master, believe it or not. Discipline the mind, the body will follow. But understanding the connections between mind and body, the power there, right, you guys? Okay, so thank you to all of you who came on to live stream with us and watched. Hit share on the video today, you guys. Please spread the vibes. Come grab your bonuses. These author expert healers are sitting in the Ultimate Guide to Self-Healing Community, private Facebook community, and you get access with your book purchase. So the link there, it will take you to that bonus, and exactly how to claim it will pop you into the group. We're going to start our live trainings next week with all of these amazing authors. You're not going to want to miss this, you guys. It's I'm going to use the word amazing, awesome, fantastic way too many times today, but that is how it goes. This is an amazing collection of tools and some really stellar human beings who are here to step up and teach these tools for you. Plus the Zoom party on Friday, you guys. Seriously, like if you buy the ebook for $1.99 today, consider that's your ticket to the most awesome Zoom party you will ever attend on the face of the internet, because we're going to have a best hat contest. And we will also be having a best looking tropical drink contest, because you know we can't do taste testing over the web. So come claim that bonus. The Zoom link will be in the private group for everybody. You can either come on Zoom or you can watch that party live stream. We're going to have readings by the authors. We're going to have prizes for the contests. We're going to have some other special giveaways, some book trivia. So hint, at least to get familiar with the table of contents before you come for the book trivia. Okay, just get familiar with your table of contents, and that will get you into the book trivia pretty well. All right. So, hey, we're at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. We have been here for 65 minutes talking to you about all of this healing badassery. I think that's probably enough for one morning. Again, if you're watching, please share out the video. Start a watch party, you guys. If you are watching the replay, thank you for being here. And go buy your book. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.